Ladies of the 80s, A Divas Christmas sounded really great. It kind of sounded like These Old Broads, but at Christmas time. I love Christmas films. I love These Old Broads. I was very hopeful. Unfortunately, I'd say the film is average at best. It's not bad necessarily, but I didn't really enjoy very much of it. This was released in 2023. It's directed by Christie Will Wolfe. It's written by James Berg and Stan Zimmerman, and we have a cast including Loni Anderson, Morgan Fairchild, Linda Gray, Donna Mills, Nicollette Sheridan, Travis Burns, Taylor Ann Thompson. Really great cast. The performances are really brilliant. Absolutely no issues there. The only things I didn't like, or the two reasons I didn't care for it very much, would be the characters themselves. I found most of them kind of irritating, and the narrative was just a little bit dull. It's about these actors who were soap stars in the 80s, and they come together to create a Christmas special of that soap. Really fantastic concept, and yes, it does sound vaguely like These Old Broads, which, if you haven't seen, definitely worth watching. And as a concept, I thought, brilliant. I love the idea of actors coming together after many years. There are a lot of differences. There are things that happened in their past many years ago. People are holding grudges. There are things that really needed to be said to each other. And they kind of develop all of this as the narrative goes on. And I have no problems with that at all. And the Christmas aspect, yeah, we have a lot of festive decorations and things. It's not the world's most festive film, but there's enough Christmas in this for me to say, yeah, I'm happy for this to be called a Christmas film. I say that because there are Christmas films that are, well, not very Christmassy. This one has a nice element of festivity, but it's not overabundant, and I know some people will like that. But the specifics of the narrative were just really, really boring. It was very, very slow. It took a long time for anything to happen, and that's partly because we spent quite a bit of time getting to know the characters, which I understand. We have quite a large cast, a lot of different personalities. We need to be able to understand the characters before we can understand the problems they have in their personal lives, their problems with each other. So that makes sense, but it also meant that because the characters, in my opinion, are not that interesting, the setting up was very boring as well. And then we have not a lot of narrative afterwards and characters that I personally found to be really irritating. So honestly, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I wasn't watching it thinking, please hurry up and finish. It was fine, but I think it had a lot more potential. The narrative really, really appeals to me, and I love Christmas films. So there are a lot of elements in this that could have worked so well, and I just think it was kind of flat. If it sounds like it would appeal to you, if you watched These Old Broads and enjoyed it, I would absolutely say check it out, because there will be some elements that appeal to you. I know it's not necessarily fair to compare it to These Old Broads, but that's immediately what I thought of when I read the description. And I have no reason to say this, but it wouldn't surprise me if this was initially inspired by that film. And I wish more films were inspired by that film, because I absolutely love the concept. However, the execution for Ladies of the 80s, A Divas Christmas, isn't brilliant, but it is watchable. So if it sounds like it might appeal to you, if you like any of the cast, the performances are as strong as they can be with characters that I didn't particularly care for. And I feel like they could have been even more interesting if the characters were less irritating. I just didn't care for them very much at all. So not a great film, but it had potential. If it sounds like it would appeal to you, check it out, but I wouldn't be watching it a second time.